Hi, everyone. We're here again at Home Instead doing another one of our programs for my dog and me. And today we are doing a Cocker Spaniel, a dog breed that I don't know very much about at all. And with me is Keith Eddy from Fredonia. Tell me something about this dog there, Keith. What is this dog's name?
This dog's name is Benelli.
Benelli. How do you spell that?
B-E-N-L-L-I, I think is how it's spelled. I'm not a good speller.
Oh my God. And tell me about Cocker Spaniel. Tell me about Benelli first. How old is he?
Benelli is about 9 years old. He's a rescue. We rescued when he was about 2 years old, and after we had lost our other cockers due to old age. And he kind of just fell into our lap and has been a great dog. I mean, he's just lovable. He's just got a great temperament.
Did you find out why people got rid of him?
It was through a divorce.
Oh, was it? That,
Yes.
that sometimes is the cause of it.
Yeah, it was through a divorce from what we understood, that he wanted a divorce and his new girlfriend, Shih Tzu, didn't like it. So this one lost out, but we gained a wonderful dog.
Wow. And what colors do Cocker Spaniels come in?
They come in a blonde, they come in a reddish color, they come in a black, and Benelli's one of the rare ones being a blue merle.
I've never seen a blue merle cocker. I really haven't.
He's only the first one and last one I've ever seen.
First and last. And you've had lots of these.
He makes, I think, about our 8th Cocker Spaniel.
Why Cocker Spaniels? I mean, I know why people pick certain other breeds. This is not the breed I would pick to have forever.
We just enjoy them. They've been very good dogs for us, very temperamental, that they just easy traveling. We travel a lot. You know, they just are been a great dog. They're lovable.
See, I wouldn't think that. My dealings with cockers and what I've heard from cockers are usually a pain in the butt, temperamental issues with them sometimes, but this one here doesn't seem to have any problems at all.
No, we've heard that from other people, that cockers can be temperamental, can health issues like they're very known for having ear problems. We've had a couple of them that have had ear problems. We've had to take extra care of them, stuff like this. He has had zero of any of the cocker problems at all.
Well, you know, they talk about dogs with down. Let's go back to how you got him, because you said you got him from a rescue. A lot of people find an awful lot of darn good dogs in rescues, and I always encourage people to do that. And if people like a particular breed, like I like collies, you like cockers, then you would go to many times people will go to a cocker rescue or a collie rescue or a Shih Tzu rescue or something like that, as opposed to just going to a general rescue. So you're doing the one good thing, you're rescuing a dog from a shelter, and you're also getting the breed that you like. So that works out as like a double positive for you there.
He makes our 5th rescue dog that we have done of cockers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I only knew one person. There was someone I knew years ago that lived in Lionsville that raised them. That's the only person I ever knew that had them at the time. Well, let's talk about the down ears. Down ears are very common for ear problems on dogs that have the down ears.
Right.
Come over here. What's his name?
Benelli.
Benelli. Come here, let me see you. Oh, well, good. That's nice to talk to you here. So the down ears, now do you have to clean them a lot or what?
Yep, he gets weekly ear cleanings, and we make sure we keep him, haired out as best as possible. And
do you pull out the hair yourself?
no, we shave it. We shave his.
You shave it?
He's very good.
You shave it inside of the leather-like
Yep,
section.
we shave usually. He needs a haircut as it is, but yeah, usually we keep him shaved down really nice. And
you don't have to pull out any hair from
nope,
down in the ear canal or anything like that.
nope.
And you do that yourself. That's
Yes.
cool. I never heard of someone shaving the inside of them. I guess you could.
Yeah, I do all the grooming for him. He's 90% very good, except for when it comes to his legs and his paws. Then he gets a little cranky.
An awful lot of dogs do that.
Yes.
We were just talking about that, and someone told me that they were taking their dog in to be groomed, and they had to give it a tranquilizer or whatever to take it in.
Yes.
I was using the example that my dogs, I was talking to the groomer, and I says, does that happen with my dog? She says, no, your dogs go like this. Do my nail. Please do my nail.
Yeah, not him, unfortunately.
Does he go, do you have to muzzle him or anything, or just?
I end up if I'm doing his paws and his toenails, I'll have to muzzle him. But a lot of times we'll take him into the local groomer, and she'll do that part for us. A lot of times. But other than that, we take care of him.
Someone told me an interesting secret on grooming dogs' nails. They said put the dog on something higher than you are. So this person told me, I was in Titusville the other day, and they put the dog on the porch, and then they go down below, like so the porch is right here, and they never have any trouble at all with the grooming. I never heard of that.
I've never heard of that
But
either.
it might be something to try, because this person said, oh, it's so easy for me to groom because I'm down below and I can just do whatever I need to do. They say sometimes dogs that have difficulty with the grooming, you can also put them in like a swing. It's like a swing or
We have that.
Do you have?
We do have the swing, and we've tried it. He's better in a swing doing it than anything.
But they're just tough.
He is tough.
So he said they have bad ears. What else are their issues?
Their teeth usually is an issue, is another problem with the Cockers. They usually have teeth problems. His has been, like I said, he's just doesn't have the problems that any of the other ones do. Sometimes they get hip problems. But other than that, basically, most people shy away from the Cockers because they hear about their temperament.
They get a bad rep.
They got a bad
Yep.
rep.
You groom them yourself?
Yes.
How often do you have to groom them?
About every 6 to 8 weeks, depending. Summertime is a little more than the wintertime.
That's what the groomers say.
Wintertime, when he gets a fresh haircut and there's that light powdery snow outside and the sun shining, he'll run across the backyard, and that snow coming up, he actually gets a blue glow to him from that being that blue merle. It's really, the first time it happened, it really threw us off, but it's really neat when it happens.
Probably thought you had a dog from heaven or something.
Yeah, it was,
that type
yes.
of a glow. Huh, cool. So we know that they come in, we talked again, they come in the fawn color, they come in black, they come in brown, they come in merle. I guess
They come in a red.
Oh, the red too,
Yeah.
okay. And what's the usual size of them? What's he?
He's about average. They're between 25 and 30 pounds is an average Cocker.
And no problem with the eyes?
Nope.
No, your eyes are very, very pretty. Yes, they are. And problem with the ears. What about the tail? Are they born with a stubby tail, or does that come when they're born?
I think their tails get docked. I've never had to deal with a puppy, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But I think their tails do get docked as a puppy, but I'm not positive.
Have you ever seen a Cocker with a tail? I don't think I have.
I've never seen one with a tail.
Maybe they get docked as soon as they're born then. What about the personality? He's wonderful with me right now.
He loves people. He loves kids. He is just... He is a spoiled baby.
Oh, well, see, that's the rest of the story there, too.
He is.
What about with other dogs?
He does really good usually with most dogs, except for he gets a little sometimes with bigger dogs. If you get like a bigger, he gets, I think, more scared of it than anything.
If a dog walks in here now,
He would probably bark.
bark, wouldn't growl, wouldn't go.
I don't think
wouldn't
so.
be aggressive. Okay, so you're being pretty good as far as that's concerned too. What about kids?
Loves kids.
Does he really?
Oh, he just loves kids. He will come up to a kid and he'll just want attention. He'll sit down. If a kid sits on the floor, he'll come over with the kid and just sit there, and just as long as the kid will pet him, he's just as happy as can be.
Well, he's happy now because, of course, that's what I'm doing
Oh,
to him
yeah.
too. Yeah, huh? And tell me some more about these guys, because I wouldn't pick one.
Cockers are good. Some of them shed more than others. So
Does he shed?
A little bit.
Okay, not a lot then.
No, not like as long as you keep him trimmed down, he does not shed.
He's not much shedding here at all.
Right, no. They listen really well. They're trainable very well. Some people, use Cockers for a hunting type dog.
Really?
They train them for hunting. The grandfather used to train, I guess, have Cockers years ago that he would have for hunting dogs. And I've heard a lot of other people do them as hunting dogs.
Well, now you've had what? How many of these? 6.
I'm pretty sure this is either 6 or 8.
Did you have them growing up also?
I had poodles growing up.
Poodles, wow. The miniatures?
I had everything from a regular poodle to teacups to miniatures to, yeah.
And your wife, what did she have growing up?
I'm pretty sure that was a Sheltie that they had.
Why this? I mean, there's no even history of having these.
No,
What about the first one?
my first one, a friend of mine was moving and had to get rid of their black cocker, and I took it. I was young and just on my own, and I loved that dog. It was great. And then the next one after that, I ended up with a cockapoo puppy.
Okay.
And that dog was just great. And then we've just continued on from there.
Oh, are there breeders around here?
I think there's one in New Wilmington, and I
Could be.
think there's one in Cambridge, I was told.
Yeah. There was one in Linesville for a long time. She always was raising Cocker Spaniels. Has he had any training?
Nope.
Just whenever you've done
Yep.
with him? Does he come when he's called?
Yep.
Or does he only come when he wants to?
Nope, he'll come pretty much anytime you
Does
call him. Yep. He, at home, we have about 3 acres of yard, and he kind of roams the yard and stays in it and does very well. He doesn't leave his boundaries, and he comes and goes out the dog door by himself in the summertime when he wants to do it. And
Do you like the dog doors?
oh yeah,
Do you?
yeah. We
What
have
about
one
when-
in our screen door for our sliding door. We put one in the screen part.
Okay.
And yeah, he comes and goes as he pleases.
What about whenever they're muddy? Now you got mud in the house.
We've got mats before you come in the door.
Oh,
those
okay.
those nice little absorb mat things for dogs.
Yeah.
They work great.
Huh.
But he's a dog that doesn't like to get muddy and he's not if it's wet, he's like a princess, for his feet picking them up.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I used to have a Shih Tzu whenever it was snowing, and a little female, she'd get way down the yard, and she'd be holding her paw up. And I'd yell down, call 911. I'm not coming down to get you.
Yeah.
Because they just said, well, can't you come down now and help me? No. I'm not
The only time
helping.
he likes to be out is when it's snow. If there's fresh snow out there, he just loves to go out and just run. Benny. Benelli. Sit. Sit.
I'm thinking about it.
You're not
I'm
gonna
looking
sit.
at you.
There you go.
He made you out to be a liar there for a minute, didn't he? Now he's sitting. He's got it now.
He's just excited.
I think he's doing well, and I love the blue merle in the ears.
Yeah.
That is so different looking. I've just never seen that. He'd be beautiful, and he's gorgeous now, but he'd be pretty if he had the blue merle all over.
Yes, it would be. I mean,
is so
when he
pretty.
came up with the rescue that we deal with quite often, it was just we seen him and we like, yep, it's time for another one. So
Where's the rescue that you've dealt with?
we deal with Precious Paws out of Franklin, PA.
And they sometimes have cockers?
Sometimes they have cockers, yes.
So have you ever fostered a dog?
No, because we're afraid we couldn't give it up.
Well, see, that'd be my problem too.
We've talked about it, but we're just afraid that we could not give up the
I
dog.
couldn't.
No.
Once the dog would be in my house, that would be it.
That's
I
where
couldn't give
we're-
it back. Sure. 3 good things about him, about a cocker.
In my personal opinion, their temperament's very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're a smaller dog that is not real small, but not too big that you can still travel with and manage. And they are very easy to maintain as far as, we don't do the fancy cocker, long skirted cut things. We shave them because he likes to go outside and run around.
You do like a utility cut,
Yes.
so that's easier. And what are the 3 worst things about a Cocker Spaniel?
If they get the ear problems, that's the
yeah.
one. The teeth problem can be an issue. Their teeth problem can be an issue. And if they end up with, a bad hip, it takes a lot of extra thought and care into helping them and things like that.
Have you ever scrubbed a dog's teeth?
Yes.
Right, have you?
Yes.
Do you do it on this one?
I have.
Does it work?
It helps.
Does it really?
It does.
If you start that when he was 2 years old when you got him.
Yeah, we started with him here probably about 4 years ago. And he does okay when he's in the mood. When he doesn't want his teeth brushed, then he just doesn't want to open his mouth.
Well, that's true. If they don't open
Yeah.
their mouth, they can't brush your teeth. Huh. Well, thanks a lot for bringing him in. I was excited whenever we ran into each other and you said you had a Cocker Spaniel and I could get you to come in and we could check
yeah.
this out. and Benelli.
Benelli.
Benelli, come here. Come over here. Benelli. Now, you liked me a minute ago.
Benny.
Benny.
Benelli.
He says, now I'm excited again. Come here. Yes, come over here. Let me see you. Yes, I'll remember that I saw you, and I'm going to love these beautiful blue merle ears. They're just gorgeous. Okay, thanks. Catch
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm here today with Tina Columbus, and you may have recognized her because she was here at one of my other programs for My Dog and Me, and when we did one on the American Stafford Terrier, correct?
Staffordshire Terrier, yep. Mm-hmm.
What was that dog's name?
Leo,
Leo. And how old was he?
7.
7. Okay,
Yes.
and now who do we have?
This is Allison.
Allison.
And, yep, she is 6, soon to be 7 next month. And she is an American Pit Bull Terrier.
Allison's an awfully, doesn't sound like a pit bull name.
That's the name she had at the shelter
Really?
that we got her from. And so we call her Allison, Allie, Bubba, whatever.
Well, that seems like she's just like a soft and easygoing. And is she soft and easygoing?
And she is soft and easygoing. As you can tell, she's made herself at home already.
Okay, well, you know why I do them. I do pit bulls because a lot of people have them.
Yes.
Now, I do have a stroke whenever I'm going through Meadville, and the guys that are walking along with a pinch collar on their dog and being a tough guy because they can hold the dog back and it's a pit bull. And I never trust these people because I think they're stupid. And I think most of them are probably don't know how to raise a dog. But if this is a pit bull, and this is a typical pit bull because of how you've raised it,
Yes.
there's not, as what people see in pit bulls, you don't see it in Allison.
No.
And you didn't see it in the other one either.
No, no, this is a typical pit bull right here that is raised properly, that is in a well-loved home. I mean, they are easygoing, they are companion dogs, and the only danger is squirrels and chipmunks. I mean,
And small little animals.
yeah,
Things
and,
like that.
and rabbits. But basically, she is not a danger to anybody or anything.
She looks ferocious now.
Yes, she is
I'm scared
very-
to death of her now because
I'm sure you are.
Okay, she is the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yes.
How does she differ from the Staffordshire Terrier?
Well, it's interesting. I just read today that in the 1930s, there was a Colby line of pit bulls. And the Colby was a family that specifically raised American Pit Bull Terriers. And the AKC, the American Kennel Club, will not recognize the American Pit Bull Terrier as a registered breed. They will not.
Why?
Because of their reputation and of the fighting history of the dog. Now the UKC, the United Kennel Club, they have recognized them. And
Do they have dog shows in the UKC where they have pit bulls competing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so the Colby line, the Colby Primo, they reclassified their dogs as American Staffordshire Terriers. So truthfully, they are the same breed. They used to be the same breed. And the Colby line split off and went to just classified themselves as American Staffordshire Terrier so they could get registered. And now the breeders are separate, and now they have bred the American Staffordshire Terrier to have different characteristics. So they're very separate, but they used to be the same breed.
If I'm
It was
walking
really
along,
interesting.
if I'm walking along the street, but I don't know that, the average person walking along the street that sees this dog says, "That's a pit." They wouldn't say it was an American Stafford Terrier or whatever, because
No.
I think to the average person, they're all the same. They're a pit
Correct.
bull.
Correct.
And a pit bull is, I don't like that dog.
Right.
And I don't want to be near that dog, and that dog's mean, and that dog's aggressive, and that dog is going to hurt somebody. And that's not true.
No. Especially with her, I don't get that reaction. With Leo, I do sometimes.
Why?
Because he's bigger, he's broader, he's got that American Staffordshire bulk to him, where she's lean and compact, I guess, and she doesn't have that bully face, I guess, and everybody wants to come up and pet her. She is like She's a crowd pleaser. I walk into
She
Home
really
Depot
is.
and everybody is, oh my gosh, can I pet your puppy? You know, I'm like, sure, go for it. You know, and she walks right up to everybody.
Well, the other thing is she's not black.
Correct.
And you know that theory about black dogs.
Right,
People
yeah.
are basically afraid of black dogs, no matter
Yes.
what breed they are.
Right. Yeah, and she's a red. I guess they consider this the red
Is
color.
that red or fawn or something?
Fawn's even lighter than this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
So, well, let's compare the three. There's three different types. You told me.
Correct.
I have a paper I'm looking at here while we're talking. You've got the American Staffordshire Terrier, the American Pit Bull, and the Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Yes.
You're trying to confuse me, Lisa.
Tina. No.
Okay, see that proves I was confused. I don't get this.
Well, the Bull Terrier is the one from England, original. And that's the one that was bred for the bull baiting and the bear baiting, like we talked about before.
That's the one that's
The
smaller, shorter.
Yes, that's the shorter one. And they were also used as like cattle dogs, where they would round up the cattle and things like that. So they were used for many purposes. So then when they brought the little bull terriers over to America, then they started breeding them with the white English terrier, black and tan terriers, and they started mixing them. Then they got the bigger American Staffordshire Terrier. They got the bigger dog. And so they decided to classify them as separate because of their different sizes and bulk and things like that. And the Staffordshire Bull Terrier owners wanted to keep their breed separate from now this new bigger breed that was in America. So,
And which is the one that the UKC, what is that? That's the United Kennel Club, right?
yes.
Yeah, and what's the one that actually has them as a category in their shows?
All three of these are in the UKC.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's the AKC that does not recognize the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Well, the AKC is very special.
Well, it's kind of funny because this is an American Pit Bull Terrier and it's the American Kennel Club, but they won't recognize it.
know. They have that problem. They've had their mind blown recently with all the mixes.
Yes,
Because they
I'm
have
sure.
no idea what they're doing with these mixes and what to do
Right.
with them, because their theory was the dog had to be pure, perfect, and everything else and couldn't be mixed. Well, wait a minute. The average dog now is a mix.
Yes.
So many of them are. Remember whenever you had a poodle that got mixed up with a lab, you said, oh my God, we've got some mutts here.
Yeah,
And now we've got
now
to take
it's-
them to the Humane Society and take them to the shelter.
Now they're a Labradoodle.
Now they're doodles and now you get $3,000 for them or
Right.
more because they're not special. That's got American Kennel Club all mixed up.
Right,
Because they don't
yeah.
know what to do about that.
Exactly.
Well, let's go back to this one. This is the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yes.
Okay, how does, can you get her to stand up here? Can we wake her up?
Allison, come on,
Allison, can you get up,
get up. Come on,
honey?
Bubba, get up. Come here. Come here.
Did you bring a treat?
I did not. I didn't
Oh,
bring
well.
anything. Come on, up.
There she is.
Come here, buddy.
Okay, now what are some of her characteristics?
Okay, so
Hi, honey.
she is about 17, 21 inches high at the, and when they say that, that's at the shoulder here.
Top of the shoulder,
Yeah,
okay.
top of the shoulder. So, and she's about 62 pounds, which is about average for a female.
Can we turn her around so you can
And-
see this face?
Come here. Yeah, Bubba. Come here. Sit.
And she has a Harley Davidson collar on too.
Of course.
Wait a minute, you have a motorcycle, what kind is it?
Actually, I have a Yamaha, but
Yeah,
my husband has a Harley.
Has a Harley, okay. I was just
I haven't graduated
I
up to a Harley yet.
I wouldn't want to ever graduate
here.
to that, but.
Come here, Bubba. We don't want to see your bum bum. Turn around.
Okay.
There you go. Sit. Sit.
Now we've
There
got
you
it.
go.
Okay.
And if you see, her chest is very defined.
Oh yeah, I see the wideness of it from the
Yeah.
top of the shoulder to the top of the shoulder on the other leg.
Right.
That's where her biggest amount of.
Yeah.
She's so wide there.
Yeah, she's definitely wide, and she's very muscular. So she's getting very gray. She's prematurely gray.
How old is she?
She's 6,
She's
going to be
only
7.
6.
Yep. But she's right the ideal weight at 60 pounds, 62 pounds. And you're supposed to be able to, see her ribs
Yeah, come here.
a little bit. There you go, stand up. So see, she's very lean. Mm-hmm. And
She's really muscular.
yeah.
My
Yes.
Lord.
Yep, she's very muscular, and then she's got that pump handle
Look at
tail.
Look at this tail. It's, there are dogs that are for a big dog, that's a small tail.
Yes.
It's big right here for about
Right.
3 or 4 inches, and then it goes into about the size of a little bit over a pen.
Yep. And she has what's called happy tail. And so she hits it on things and busts it open, and
Oh,
it'll
wow.
bleed. Yes, and so it never heals really. But yeah, it's called happy tail.
Do all pit bulls have short fur?
Yes. Yes. For a breed standard, they are supposed to have short fur.
Does she shed?
Yes.
She sheds like
But it's
forever.
like eyelashes.
But it's everywhere.
Yes.
It's that little tiny stuff.
Yep, and it's super
I know,
hard to
you're
get
nice.
out
Yes, you're
of
very
fabric
nice.
because it is like an eyelash, like to pick out. But
So they all have
and
that
they are
short fur.
soft. I mean, to the touch, it's very short hair, and the white especially. If you feel her,
Oh my
the
God.
white part underneath is super soft. It's like velvet,
Yeah, quite a difference.
and
I'm just amazed at the massiveness from shoulder to shoulder.
yes, yeah.
I mean,
she's
I have a
definitely
dog
strong.
that I have a collie, and people know that, but they're nowhere near. I mean, they're more. They look more proportioned. Not that this is wrong, but she looks out of proportion because she's so massive here.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's different. Is that so typical of that as opposed to the other two pits?
No, they all have massive chests. They're
hers
all
looks
broad in
wider.
the chest. Yep.
Wow.
Yep, they're all broad in the chest, and lean through here.
Well, what are their health issues?
They are prone to hip dysplasia,
Yay on that.
skin issues.
Really?
Because of their short fur, they can get sunburned easily. So you have to watch them, especially like with her, she has no fur on her belly, and so she can get sunburned really easily.
We were just talking about that yesterday, about people that have a dog that has long fur and then they shave them. And I say,
Oh,
what
yeah,
are they
I know.
thinking?
Right.
I mean, the dog has long fur for a reason. Why would you turn around and take like a gold or like a doodle or let's say a golden retriever
Right.
and shave it? I know somebody that shaves her golden retriever down to that short the fur, and I think you're nuts. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of it's hazardous to the dog with the sun.
Right, right. And
So hip
So she-
dysplasia.
hip dysplasia.
What else?
Some heart issues, but other than that, they're a pretty healthy breed. They're really good climbers. She's climbed over, when she was at the shelter in Ashtabula, where we got her from, she climbed over an 8-foot fence and got out.
I never saw a dog do that, and once I saw a German Shepherd do that, and I just stood like, went, oh my God, and the dog went right up and over and down. And I thought, I mean, down to about 3 feet, and then just jumped, and I thought I never saw that. Hey, let's talk about the powerful mouth.
Yes.
If they get onto something, if she has something in her mouth and you want it, now I mean you can maybe have a release word, but if you don't have a release word, I've seen things written about how powerful that jaw is.
Yes. But all dogs have powerful jaws.
But
They're-
really, these guys do, don't they?
They do, but there's no such thing as a lock jaw where they say their jaws lock. That is a myth.
Oh, okay.
And come here, stop. And so that's one thing I really like to stress is that that is a myth. Their jaws do not lock. They cannot lock. And so they're powerful.
They are powerful. Are
But-
they fast?
Yes, she's fast. She's
Is
fast.
your other one fast?
No,
No, he just.
he's a load.
He's a load. He just says, I'm just here, and you ought to be glad that
Yeah,
I'm here.
he trots around, but no, she's really fast. She is excellent frisbee
Really?
catcher. Oh yes, I can whip that frisbee, and she runs after it, and she watches it, and then she'll jump up in the air and catch it. They're very agile. They're more and more becoming therapy dogs, police dogs, like the agility trainers. Where you see on TV where they run through all those agility. They are really good at it because they're super smart.
I'd like to get one someday in our therapy dog group, because one of the reasons that I do this, and you and I have talked about this, is the fact that they're given a bad rap, and that's why I insist on
Right.
doing this dog.
Right.
Because people don't realize that they can really be nice dogs.
Yes, she would be the one.
There you
She
go.
would definitely be the
Yes,
one that
yes.
I would consider. And yeah, as you can see, she doesn't have any hair
No, she
on
doesn't.
her belly at all.
What's that little blue mark? Was she into something she wasn't supposed to be into?
No, that's a tattoo that the shelter gives them when they spay them. So you know that they're spayed. So they just give them a little zoop, tattoo.
Show that again. I never saw that. I've seen them do other things, but I've never seen just a little bit of a mark. Oh, we had it. Can you get her to roll over?
Bubba. Come on, roll over.
She's not going to roll over.
Over, Bubba. There you go. Yep.
I don't know whether or not you can get
blue.
that, but a little blue mark. I never heard of that.
Yep. So
They do a
know
thing
that
with
she's spayed.
cats. Don't they with cats? Don't they? At the shelter sometimes cut the ear, cut the tip of the ear off.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think they just cut it just down just a little bit. I think they do that sometimes.
Yikes. Yeah, and it's nice. I'm glad that nobody clipped her ears. That she has her natural ears.
Wait, what's the other way they are? Are they?
Well, a lot of times they will
They'll
cut the ears off. Like they'll take this whole flap off right here.
Oh yeah.
And to make them stand up pointy. Yeah, she's got something going on in there.
Is that something they do for these dogs?
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see dogs with cropped ears.
There's a good look of her there whenever she hears something.
Yep. But I think they're so much cuter with their ears. I think they look meaner with the cropped ears. And but they flop down so hard. Sometimes you'll see her, she'll flop down and she'll flop on their ears and bust
Get like
blood vessels in their ears and things. And they say that's why they do it, but I don't know the actual reason why people crop their ears.
How many of these have you had?
This is my first, and Leo was my second.
Will you do it again?
Absolutely. This is the only
Why?
dog I'll ever get.
Why?
Their temperament. They're the sweetest, most loving dogs. All they want to do is please you. They want to be around you constantly.
If I come in the house,
She'll bark and she'll wag her tail like crazy. Both of them will. And then run up and give you kisses.
see, I don't think that's what people think.
Right.
I think people think that they're based 100% on protection, protection for the owner or protection for whatever. And if you go near them or do whatever, they're going to bite you.
No.
And that's not them, is it?
No, not at all. Now, I did have a serviceman come in the house. I was at work still, and I told him where the key was, whatever. I said, go in, go look at the furnace. And I said, I do have 2 dogs. I said, they're pit bulls. They will not hurt you, but they'll act all mean and ferocious, but they're fine. So I called him a little bit later. I said, you make it in okay? He says, yes, everything's fine. But it was funny, she stood on we have a split level house, so the stairs come down and there's a landing and then you go on down. She stood on that landing and would not let him up the stairs. So, because I wasn't in the house yet. And so.
She growled?
Yeah, I guess she did. He said she kind of stood there right at the landing and was like,
Made it quite clear.
Yeah, you're not coming up the stairs without Mama home. So I was like, okay, good. I always wondered what they would do. I mean, they didn't attack him, but she just stood her ground and was like, nope.
Well, now we talked before that you don't have, how are they with chipmunks and things like that? That's not very good.
Oh, they can't catch him though. It's hilarious to watch them.
They like to catch them, but if they catch
try.
them, if they catch them, it's the end of the.
Oh, absolutely. Which is fine with me. I don't care.
Yeah, I had a dog that used to go after groundhogs. And it was a Lab Rottweiler Border Collie mix, and he would get them, and he would get them at the pass. They'd be going from here to here, and he'd get them as they crossed that spot. And one shake and bingo, that was the end of them.
She almost had a chipmunk once. She tapped his butt with her nose, and he finally made it to a tree. But she caught him out in the open. Yeah, but she almost had him. But yeah, she's never caught anything yet.
Is there anything else I need to know about these guys? What's the 3 best things? They're very loyal, loving.
Loyal, loving, and just amazing. I mean, you have to get their energy out though. You have to work with them. You have to get them to play. Give a dedicated play time every day. She is throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball.
Or the Frisbee.
Or the Frisbee or whatever. Yes, she's nonstop. So you have to burn her energy off. And I think that's why at the shelter she climbed that fence. And they were going to put her down because they could not get her to calm down. She was tear apart her bedding. She would, and they're a no-kill shelter. And they almost put her down because they couldn't. Finally, one of the ladies that volunteer there or work there said, I'll take over and I'll figure it out because I don't want her put down. And it was just, you just got to run her and get their energy. So they are high energy dogs. So if you want a dog that's going to lay around with you all day, this is not the dog for you.
I was going to say before, and I don't know why I didn't have my thought going in the same direction, but we have had them as a therapy dog, and they were really good.
Right.
And very, very loving with the people.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and she's really good with kids. Like I said, I take her to Home Depot all the time, and I have families come up with small children and like, can we pet? I'm like, absolutely. And she'll come right up and she'll just give them little kisses on their face, and no matter how small, she does perfect with little kids.
But have you ever had the opposite reaction to her with people that see her?
No, not with her. Never. I have never had anybody.
What about with the other one you have?
The other one, yes. I have had one lady walk by and make a negative comment. And I tried to tell her that he would not hurt her, but she just kept on going. So I was like, well, can't win them all.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's
you
what
try,
it is.
but you can't.
I don't know whether my cameraman can see it, but if you look at her shoulders, I'm just amazed at the massiveness in the upper body like that. Mm-hmm. Right here. I mean, she's just huge from the top of the shoulder to the top of the shoulder.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep, but she's definitely lean.
You are a good one.
She's lean and mean, huh? Aren't ya? Yes, you are. She's a pretty girl.
And you'll have another one someday.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd get another one now if my husband would let me. Oh, there you go. Stretch out.
Are there rescues that are just for pits? I'm sure there is. Or maybe not.
Well, no, I don't think so, but I know the Anna shelter's full of them.
I was up there recently doing a program.
Yeah.
That's primarily what they had. And you know, I think a lot of Crawford County has them too.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of pits at the Crawford County shelter.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much what all shelters are full of, are
That's a
Staffies
shame.
and American Pit Bull Terriers, and it is. It really is.
Most people, let's go back one more time to the American Staffordshire Terrier, the American Pit Bull, and the Staffordshire Bull Terrier. But most people, as we talked before, just know them as a pit.
Yes.
They all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
If I hadn't looked at this chart that you just gave me, I would just say it's a pit bull.
Right.
Someone will say to me, what kind of dog is that? And I'll say, you can look at them, and you can tell right away it's a pit.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the ears, the wideness up in here and stuff like that.
Right. And usually by their markings, they always have the white, you know, most of them have the white that
They
come
have a
up.
blaze right here?
Mhm.
Do they? Oh yeah, she
Yep.
does.
Now the bull terriers usually have a single color face. They don't have the
They don't have that blaze
white
going,
stripe,
yeah.
no. But there you go. You're showing yourself off.
She is. Now she's really giving a chance for everybody to see her.
Yeah, look at you. Yes. Come here.
Well, thank you. Has she ever had puppies? No.
Yes, she's had one litter.
With
before,
you?
No.
Before she was at the shelter.
Yeah, before she was at the shelter. Somebody found her running alongside the road and picked her up and took her to the shelter, and nobody ever claimed her. But she was trained. I mean, somebody had her, and obviously had a litter of pups. And
Why did
because
they get rid of her? Do you know?
I think she ran away. Truthfully, I really don't know. Because as soon as we got her, I mean, she was already trained. She could sit, she could shake. She didn't leave the yard. She knew instantly the boundaries. I mean, she grew up, you could tell she grew up in a home. I mean, she wasn't, so I don't know what the circumstances were before the Good Samaritan picked her up
Yeah,
along
lucky.
the side of the road. But
Where was she? What shelter did you get her from?
Ashtabula.
Ashtabula.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we'll definitely go back there to get our next dog.
Another pit.
Yes.
Is there anything else I should know about her, about pit bulls?
I would say take a chance. take a chance on them. But be an experienced owner. I would say not a first-time owner. I would say definitely if you have children, take them to the shelter, see how the dog reacts to children. They always have that indoor room that you can take them into, see how, the dog reacts to children. If you have children, train your children how to treat the dog. You don't lay on them, you don't pull their ears, you don't pull their tail, they're not a pillow. So I would say families need to teach their children how to
They need to do
take
that
care
with
of the
all
dogs. True, very true.
They're just not good.
Especially the bigger dogs
Right.
that the kids think they can get on and ride.
Why did you say not necessarily a first-time owner?
Because they are so high energy, they are
They stubborn at all?
strong. Oh yes, she
Are
has
they
her stubborn streaks. Yes. If she gets on the scent of a chipmunk or a squirrel or whatever, her ears close. She does not hear me at all.
I wonder why they use them for fighting so much.
Because of their strength, I think. Because they were so strong and they can. I don't know. I
think
guess
they
I'm
can
not
be
going
taught
to
that
assume.
in a heartbeat to be like that, aggressive. Well, you know what they do. Those nutty people that train the dogs for the fighting. Just,
Right, and they're still out there. Underground
Yes, they are.
dog rings are still out there. But they definitely have a very strong prey drive, so you have to be careful. Like I said, I don't know if I told you the last time, they pulled me into a door jam, smashed my face all up because they saw a deer, and I had them both on leashes, and I never do that, but I'd seen the deer, so I'm like, well, I better put them on a leash so they don't go running across the road to catch the deer or try to catch the deer.
would they
And
for a deer?
they would have chased him,
Yeah.
but absolutely, and that's why they were all wound up. And I wasn't paying attention, and I had them both on my one hand, and I reached behind to pull the garage door shut, and wham, smashed me right into the door jamb, and
Wow.
busted my face. I mean, I instantly went down. I thought I'd busted teeth out. Instantly, my nose started bleeding all over. You know, I'm on the sidewalk, and both of them, they come running back over. Mama, I'm so sorry. You know, I mean, I'm bleeding, the blood's gushing out all over. And so just like that, they can pull you right off your feet. So you have to be diligent when you have them on a leash. And I didn't put her harness on her today because I wanted to be able to see her coat and everything. But usually I always have them in harnesses.
Why?
Because it doesn't pull on their neck when you're walking them. It pulls on their chest, and obviously their chest is broad and big enough. And so as you're pulling on the leash, it's hooked clear back here on the harness. So you're pulling them by the chest instead of, by their neck. So I usually never hook them with a collar.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming
Absolutely.
in. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Glad
I
we
wish
were
I
able
had
to
more
hook up.
dogs to bring, but that's it.
No, I think we're done. If you
That's
get
all I
another
have.
one, yeah, if you get something else, let me know. I'd like to
Absolutely.
find someone who has I was just telling my cameraman this. I'd like to find someone who has a Maine Coon cat.
Oh, yes.
Because they run about 28, 30 pounds, but I have
Yes.
not been able to find anyone.
Maybe I'll search for you.
Yes, find one.
Absolutely.
You want to bring her back
Yes.
up here again?
Hey, come here. Get up here.
Come on up here.
Come on. Come here.
What's
Come-
the other one's name?
Leo.
And this one is
Allison.
Allison.
Come on,
I
get
love
up.
the name Allison for a dog.
Come on, Bubba. Come here.
I like people that give their dogs
Come here.
human names.
Yes.
Mine all have human names
There
too.
you go. Come on.
Huh, honey? Yes,
There
yes,
you
yes.
go.
Well, she's very, very nice,
Thank you.
without a question.
Yes.
Is this old age or is this part of her coloring here?
That's old age. Yeah, she's going gray. She was all this color in the face.
I've been here too.
Yeah, when we got her.
What is she, 6?
6. Yeah, so she's going prematurely gray.
Allison, honey, thank you for coming. You were very, very nice. You were very polite, and what a nice I don't say not young lady you are, but a nice dog you are. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.